is Ezak. I'm Ezak Perez, and I work and live in Los Angeles, also known as Tongva territory, and I work around trans and non-binary activism. Here we go. God wanted him to sacrifice one of his sons, and so he's going to, and then I think like a sheep comes or something and presents itself, and so he ends up sacrificing the sheep instead of his son. And for me, that story really stuck out because it was a story of rebirth, and really this person was going to die, and also like, had a second chance at life. And I think about my identity. I don't really think about that part of me is dead, because like my identity growing up is a big part of who I am now. And also like as a two-spirit person, it's very important for me that I'm also able to embody my masculine and feminine energy. Well, I was going to say things get better, but there's this idea of like it also gets bitter as well. And I think that for me, it's been a journey, and I think because the way that I grew up around like not having a lot, like financially, and really moving around a lot, it helped to build up my skin, like thicker skin as well. And I think that I could never imagine that I would be an executive director of an organization, especially like a trans-led, non-binary led organization. And so I guess I would tell my younger self, like, keep going, there's a path for all of us. And I think part of it is just like building up your resiliency under all conditions, because things will be thrown at you left and right. And we're not where we were before, so that's clear. Because when I go into spaces that are not trans specific, I'll hear your name, your pronouns, and that didn't exist before. So there are some conversations happening, right? And even in forms, bathrooms, it depends on like where you live, of course, but I live in California, so like, we see a lot of gender neutral restrooms. There's shows now that are talking about gender neutral language and trans people in general that are not like the Jerry Springer, which is like something that I grew up with. There's a lot more stories and narratives out there in media. I think we have a long way to go. And I think that's part of our, what is our legacy that we're going to leave to the next generation. And I think about that in our movement, and how, we are working on the backs of our ancestors and our transcestors. And that is really like, we can only just, it's kind of like passing the torch, but making sure we bring our folks along the way, like 100% of the time. Our folks need trans and gender nonconforming people need housing. We need, we need healthcare access. We need jobs. It's like we just need so many things, and we need funding for, trans-led organizations, but also just like for trans people in general. And I think that's a big part. If we don't have stability, then not a lot of people are going to be at the front of the line heading to a leadership program or policy change if their basic needs aren't being met. Honestly, I feel like we can move mountains. We can make like cosmic shifts in this world. I really do think that, and I believe that, but I think we need to also believe that. Yeah, and our allies need to like step it up. So.